This week we're celebrating National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Week. It's October 14th, and so you've got a couple of days to sew this quilt block together and make sure you bring your teddy bear to work. Hi, this is Penny Hallgren from quiltblocklibrary.com, and today I'm going to show you how to sew this quilt block together. One of the names for it is Bear Paw Design. It's also known as Churn Dash and actually has a whole long list of names that it's known by. But this is a pretty easy block to sew together, and if you're in a rush to get ready for Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day, then you've got plenty of time to sew it together. I've got all the pieces cut out and I'm ready to go, so join me at my sewing machine. This is a two-color block. It's just dark and light, and they're half-square triangles and squares. So what I did was I cut my fabric out and laid it, one piece of fabric on the bottom was dark and then right sides together with the light fabric. So I've got my pieces stacked here, and all I'm going to do is sew them together. Once I've got them sewn together, then I'm going to lay them out in patches. So I'll start with these triangles, and I'm stitching down the long sides so that I can open it up and make half-square triangles. And then I'm just stitching down one side of the squares, so I'll have pairs of squares. Now I've got my patches sewn together, and what I want to do is sew this strip in the center here, and then I'm going to sew the bottom row together and the top row together. And the reason I'm doing it this way instead of lining it up like I usually do in columns is because this doesn't line up. So I'll go ahead, I can chain sew this much together, and then I'll cut these apart and add the third piece on. Okay, now I've got these two patches together on this top row and the center row and the bottom row, so I'll just sew the third piece on, the last piece on to each one of the rows, and then I'll be ready to sew the rows together. Now we've got the 3 rows, so all I need to do is sew them together. So I'll start with the top and the center, and I'm going to line these all up and fold the seam allowances in opposite directions or however I can so that they match up. Got the top 2 rows finished. Now I just need to add the bottom one and we'll be all set. Bear Paw or Churn Dash. This quilt block is ready for a quilt. Or you could just finish this size and make it a special little quilt for your teddy bear. Remember to take your teddy bear to work on October 14th. Well, you better check with your boss first. In any case, this is Penny Hallgren from quiltblocklibrary.com. Thanks for joining me. And if you're not already there, head on over to quiltblocklibrary.com and get your free download of this pattern. Until next time, peaceful piecing.